I gotta figure out how to even fucking reach out to IT. It's so annoying.
That's how we're starting. Listen, everybody, we know the computers are annoying. We know quarantine is annoying. And we know you've come here to not be annoyed. So welcome. This is Dad So Hard.
Dad So Hard, the podcast.
We're back, everybody. And we're back a little bit different than how we have been in the past. And I'm not saying that because we're both wearing our hats backwards today with beards. What else is different about today's episode?
It's in the morning?
Yes, we're back to doing the mornings. This is breaking Dad So Hard news for the past, I think, 8 months, ever since our long-standing producer left us about a year ago, Daniel. Almost a year anniversary from when we had our throuple.
Crazy.
Danny and I,
we're over 2 years.
It's over 2 years. I know we've been
over 2 years old. We missed our 2-year anniversary.
Oh look, yay! At least it threw balloons to celebrate.
Nice.
Yay! But we are having a morning celebration. Everybody, welcome back, That's Hard Nation. Thank you for tuning in again. I am Vinnie Dunleavy.
Danny McCartney.
And we are two dads, two guys working, two people surviving the quarantine as husbands, as fathers.
Barely.
And we're living life and we're sharing our stories. And we thank you for being part of this journey with us, which has not been easy. It's not been easy. In particular, Danny, I feel like I'd like to say, I think like what I hope people like about our podcast and listening to the two of us is that we keep it pretty real. We don't.
Yeah, true.
If you've been paying attention to our podcast release schedule, you've probably noticed the episodes have been a little distant. There's a little more space.
This is our third one during the quarantine, probably.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
Fourth.
Maybe fourth.
So it's been like every 3 weeks.
And I think that for the DSH Nation out there, that's not because we don't love you and support you, and we are not grateful for you guys listening to every time we post one of these little puppies, but it is simply because the struggle is real. And I think Danny and I pride ourselves on the mantra. I think everybody listening, we always try to say, work hard, play hard, dad harder. In these days, I feel like we all need to survive harder or just survive.
Yeah.
It's not even about surviving.
Every day, I'm just a beaten man.
It is.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
It is. I hear you, brother. It is not. I think there's a little bit of like we have to let ourselves exhale and say, you know what, you can't do it all. Sometimes you don't have to.
You know what's funny too? It's like the weird thing. Not like. I feel like I've had less, like I'm home all the time, but somehow I feel like I have less time in my day. Isn't that weird?
I don't think it's weird at all, because I think when you're working from home, like me and Dan have corporate jobs, you're on a laptop all day. Everybody's not seeing you. I think you have.
Yeah, you're not as efficient, so it's taking longer to get things done.
Oh, you don't think you're as efficient?
No.
I think I'm 3
not
times.
Not work-wise.
Oh, I think I'm so much more efficient, but I think I'm in a world where people want to prove themselves more. So everybody's trying to do more work, and you're working harder and you're working longer because you're
I just feel like I'm waiting longer I'm waiting longer to get things that I need.
Well, you're relying.
So like there's that. What?
No, you rely on a lot of other people.
Yeah. So there's like that aspect. So like that just puts a speed bump in my things. And then there's the distractions of every day that come into play, you know, and then there's my ADD on top of that.
Well, for a person with ADD, working from home and having to have some patience
sucks, man.
But I have found that like I came into this going like, okay, I like the balance. And I did start out hardcore with a lot of projects around the house, and I have a punch list of things. I'm actually surprised at how few of how many more things I'm not getting done, because I thought I would have more time, and to some degree even with this podcast,
like the things around the house, right?
It's little things, but I also think with and me and Danny have been trying to struggle scheduling this between being exhausted, is that this was something that is a big part of our lives, and it's been hard to find the time to do it, and this is something I actually care about. So it is just, it's difficult. And dads out there, we hear you guys, and please share your stories. Let us know what you're sounding off about. We know the world is sort of a crazy mess. Today we are recording is Thursday, June 4th, 2 days after Black Tuesday. The world is systematically falling apart as we are around us.
Blackout Tuesday.
Blackout Tuesday. What did I call it?
You called it Black Tuesday.
Black Tuesday. Blackout Tuesday. Sorry, Blackout Tuesday.
It's not like a shopping day like
That
Black
was
Friday.
terrible. It is awful out there. And I just think as dads, we need to support other fathers. Talk to your kids about life. You can sugarcoat it, or you can tell them what's going on in the news. And we have that helping.
You got to tell them what's going on.
Oh, every night we actually.
I think you got to tell them in the right way. You know, the way to move things positively forward.
Is there a right way to explain when the news has a Target store and people looting it? Is there a right way to explain to a 9 and a 6-year-old, like, I don't even know. I'm just like, listen, there are people out there that like violence. There are people out there that are negative. There are people out there that this is not what they're just taking advantage of a situation that is very real.
Yeah.
And that there are people
that's going to be with any situation. There's always going to be the people that take advantage of a situation.
And you just have
that's unfortunate.
They're not representative. Correct. I mean, I come from a family of police officers. And
that's on both sides. That's on both sides.
They're
that take advantage of situations.
Assholes are everywhere. Everybody has one. Everybody knows one. They're in every organization, every job. All you could do is try to weed them out of your life. Good morning, Shane, and weed them out of your companies. And that's what you got to keep an eye out for, because you don't want anybody giving anybody else a bad name. And you just have to stop hate, erase hate, and avoid it. But Danny, one of the things we want to talk about today, because we are a comedy podcast, and we hope we are an escape from the reality, which is what Danny had to do. This is an escape from my family, so I'm like, oh, how do I avoid?
And I'm waiting for them to come down the stairs, because Mary Jane has a phone call this morning. She's like, I'm just going to send the kids to you. And I'm like, okay.
Let's do it. I know. Listen, Mondays are going to change this whole thing up. But we want to address, if you're watching us on YouTube, if I'm able to edit this and post this on YouTube, you may notice that Danny and I, even though we haven't seen each other, are starting to look more and more alike. Our beards, my beard is actually, I'm trimming it more now. I'm going to let it come back in.
Yeah, you shaved it. I'm letting mine go. Got a lot of whites in it, though.
Yours is, you got a very,
sucks.
You have a very thick, yours looks like a professional. I don't think I can get mine that, like, shaped.
And that's honestly, like, my beard's the only thing I got going for me, because it looks like, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to it. Like, I haven't done anything to it. Like, even down here, you can see, like, it's not like trimmed up or cleaned up or anything. Just it
works.
It's the one thing I got going for me. My beard grows in full and nice and even. I might need a little just for men to get the whites out.
No, I think you have just enough salt and pepper. I have enough. I think you just have just enough.
No, see, I think I have too little, because it looks like dirty, because it's like random. I think I need more white for it to look true salt and pepper. Like, I'm at the stage where it needs to be either all dark or all white, but it's not quite salt and pepper.
So you don't think you would put more, like, instead of doing just for men to make it darker, would you do the reverse and actually add more white into it?
No, because that would be a disaster, and I'd wind up making a Santa Claus beard.
My wife's cousin Melissa, her husband Dave, my cousin Dave, she actually posted that on Instagram with him running, and I know he has a beard, full beard's growing in as well. And he's younger than me, but he has a ton of grays in his beard. He has he's borderline Santa Claus, and I told him to just for men that shit, and he yelled at me and said no. He called me back promptly. Not dyeing my beard, and I'm so I think salt and pepper beards are having a moment during quarantine. I'm declaring.
There was a kid I went to college with, so he was 23 at the oldest. Like, he couldn't have been older than 23. Salt and pepper, full head of hair. It's crazy.
Nuts.
He looked like he was the coach.
I embrace it. I don't think I have some friends who they do just for men in their hair. I
don't give a shit about the salt and pepper. It's the going bald part that sucks. Like, I'll pay for a full head of salt and pepper hair.
No, not having it is the worst. But Danny, we were also
Nothing you can do about it.
not only are we have beards, we are also, and I have been accused of this. I've been not accused, but I've been given compliments this throughout the past 10 weeks. Is that we are also wearing our baseball caps backwards, which I've been told is a very old school trend, and it is not a 2020. So I have been told that we're bringing back the hat. I have been bringing back the hat back.
I wear my hat backwards all the time.
I don't
This is
think.
my running hat.
Oh, yours. Oh, you have an official running
This is my.
hat? Oh gosh, that's like a duck bill. Oh, okay, you have that. Please, wait, put that on again. I want to see a photo of this. How do we?
That's good shit, right?
Wait, do
Are you
that.
taking a picture?
Take a picture of the. Put that thing back on. Oh, yeah.
Speed. I embody speed.
You really do. That is those hats. Mine is a not really on brand for me, but it's
Bird dog?
a Vineyard Vine. No, I think it's Vineyard Vine.
Vineyard Vine's the whale.
Oh no, this is free the bird. What is this? Free the bird? Oh, you know what this is? I got this for free when I bought a Bird Dogs shorts, which I love Bird Dogs.
Someone's ringing the bell. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Who's at your house? So
I don't know.
Danny and I, both have been. We've discussed this in the past that I've always been shocked at how much Danny is able to exercise and how far he runs, considering what it looks like. I've actually been
checking out the cameras. They're good.
I've been inspired by one of my coworkers, Dan and Danny here. I am. Emily's just coming down to say hi. Oh, you did fantastic.
It was under the chair where you rested your feet.
Oh, perfect. Emily just found my tie-dye kit that
I found it in a blink of an eye.
I accused her last night of losing it. And as every good father does, when you can't find something, the first thing you do is you accuse your oldest child. What did you do with the tie-dye kit? But she found it.
No, you got to accuse the youngest because they're less likely to defend themselves.
Well, I accuse the closest person to me. My wife. It drives my wife crazy. It'll be the reason why we are in therapy forever. She says, why do you always accuse me? I go, because the way the world works is if I accuse you of taking something I can't find, within 10 minutes, it will magically appear. So last night before you went to bed, I put Emily to bed. She threw all these shirts I got for tie-dyeing. I said, where is the tie-dye kit? Could not find it. I said, fine.
Well, here's the trick. Because you're gonna keep looking for it because you want to find it. And she's gonna double her efforts to prove you wrong that she didn't take it.
And at the end of the day,
getting found.
At the end of the day, what will happen is it'll be found. So
exactly.
Danny and I both. I want to just get into two quick things because did you go running already this morning?
Yeah.
So what time did you wake up?
6:10.
Nice.
Oh no, 6 o'clock.
I'm gonna say shout out to all you guys in quarantine. Get your asses out of bed early. My dog wakes me up at 6. I did a half-hour walk.
Yes, sir. A couple of weeks ago, Charlie woke me up.
That's a good walk for the dog.
But I've been doing. My problem is, Danny, and you're a real runner. I did not have. I've had 2 days. We're in the middle of like a birthday week celebration. Emily's was 2 days ago. Shane's is Saturday. I haven't run for 2 days, so I went this morning, and I need your advice. I need your advice. This I started jogging. I got new sneakers. First of all, got new sneakers. So I put my first day new shoes. Started to run and just was not feeling it. Then I power walked. Then I tried to run again. And then I power walked. And I went I was out for 4 miles, but it was jog for quarter of a mile, half mile, walk quarter of a mile, half. Yeah. I was sweating and it's humid out. But do you find? I don't want to be psycho. Part of me was like, oh my God, I'm not as in shape as I was. Because like Sunday I went on a 4.5 mile run and I felt great. But the legs just some days they feel like garbage.
That's gonna happen. Good days, bad days.
So it's just not.
Just the nature of the beast. You got to push through. So you just push through. You get it over with and forget it.
So I didn't beat myself up. I felt at least I got it done, and that was the most important thing. So, but we also are in the middle.
Matters.
So, but we're also in the middle of it's a birthday week. We did a quarantine birthday for Emily, and I'm going to give an idea out because your kids you're at the end of the summer. No, you had one recently.
No, yeah, they've both had theirs. Yeah.
So my
Cody was March. He just missed the quarantine, and Brady was May. He was in the quarantine.
yeah. So what I liked about it was I took Tuesday sort of off. I mean, I'm still working, but it was actually one of I think the nicest birthdays we've ever had. And it wasn't mine, it was Emily's. Well, because we instead of having the 2-hour party, we made it the entire day. Oh, Shane, put your clothes on. My son is standing at the top of the stairs, saying hi to me, just wanting to show his feeling. So no, but we spent the whole day. Like, we woke up, I made breakfast, we decorated the house with balloons and donuts.
Yeah.
What we did was, our big innovation was we hid all of her presents throughout the house, and every hour and a half, we would give her a clue and have to do like a riddle to find it, so that it felt like what we did is, instead of having a birthday feeling like it was a couple hours of a celebration, we truly made it like a family day, and like we just sort of had it evolve throughout the entire day so that it wasn't like a moment. And I felt like it was the nicest celebration of as a family. And for Emily, even though like she didn't have a lot of friends, it wasn't about random people, it was just really about like our little family, which was nice. Hi. Oh, Danny here.
We got the little guy. Get over here.
Oh, look who's here. Here. Oh my God, this is a meta moment. They're all meeting. They're all seeing each other.
He didn't want to be on. I forced him.
So Shane got a Shane's. Yeah. Shane where Shane's birthday's coming up, my brother got I can't hear you anymore. What'd you do? You muted. Wait, can we hear Danny?
Muted yelling up to Cody to come down.
Oh, Danny's get quiet. I was listening. Shane, well, we're gonna be wrapping up. Shane, this is, if you're wondering, I'm gonna put a picture of this on YouTube, Danny. Shane got a razor. What's your oldest again? He's turning 5. 7? Danny, I can't hear you. There's no. Oh, he's 5. Oh, are you whispering on purpose?
No, I'm not muted.
Oh, you're just quiet.
It says that I'm on.
Oh, there, it's better. I couldn't hear you before.
Okay.
So Shane is he just turned 6, or is turning 6 days. So we got him a motorized razor dirt bike.
It literally goes 14 miles per hour. Let's show him.
Very nice.
We'll put a picture of it on
Cody.
Podcast.
I gotta try and get upstairs.
Danny, this is the part of the podcast we have to all listen into Danny avoiding his wife about to come down. You can hear it all. It's about to happen. This is the calm before the storm. Before we go, Danny. Before we go, everybody, we're gonna give 2 more tips before we go. But if you've been listening to all this, where can everybody find us? Can we thank Dad Sword Nation?
Instagram, Facebook at That's So Hard Podcast, Twitter at That's So Hard Pod, email That's So Hard Podcast @gmail.com, website wearethatsohard.com.
And listen, guys, we know quarantine is hard. We're here for you. We're gonna be doing more of these in the morning, and we think we're gonna we may do some interviews at night. We're gonna check it out. We may have some special happy hours.
We'll figure out what works.
We're gonna figure it out. All
right. I gotta jump.
We're gonna see. Okay, we love you, everybody.
Bye. What time is it?
Peace.
Peace.